Any man tips? Any tips on men for your lady friends? Like you give some tips on fashion. I mean, if a woman is asking a girlfriend to me,
like a bad question. Go ahead.
If a woman is asking a girlfriend to me, does he love me? I mean, does that mean does she already know the answer? I mean, any tips? Any?
I just think the obvious just is your lifeline. Like, if your man is really gay. Like, you just know these things. You know if he's not going to accomplish anything in life. You know these things from like the first date, second date. We have this thing called women's intuition that we just choose not to listen to at most times, and that always bites us in the ass. And
I know you can't generalize it, but why do you think a lot of times you just don't listen? It's because it is your heart overrides it, or
yeah, you just don't want it. You just don't want to be wrong. You don't want it to be the situation that it probably will be because you're looking at something that's not there. I think a lot of people, when it comes into any kind of relationships, they want something that they can't get, or they have somebody in front of them that they want to change to become the person that they really want. So they take all this time in changing this person when in all actuality, at the end of 2 years, you're very mad because you didn't get what you wanted. But our intuition and our heart tells us from the beginning, he lives at home with his mama in the basement. He's 35. He's never really had a job.
As a parent, and you're thinking about politics, what's the biggest concern to you? Is it, I don't know, education? What's your issue? Because now you got teenage boys, and you're probably moving to communities, have better schools and all. So what's important to you when it comes to election and politics and things of that nature?
Honestly, I'm just very saddened by the whole government in its entirety.
Yeah.
So I am the president of my family, and I will control what they do, how they speak, how they dress. I am the parent. I have to be concerned with that. I can't put it up to the government to dictate and allocate the funds in my community to make sure that my child goes to a very good public school. All I can do is make sure that I sit with them and help them with their homework so they get the best out of the moment that they have and the opportunity that they have, because that's life. Again, I try not to get in. I love my president, but he has a very hard job to do. Because everyone makes it very hard. Yeah. And he just keeps his cool, and that's just so sexy. Well, be weirded out by
if you want, you can go through each one. Tell us a little bit about each child. Mention their name.
Okay.
Because this way your family can see, your friends can see, and they'll see years from now.
Okay. Well, my oldest is named Adonis. And how can you describe Adonis? He's like, do you know the son from My Wife and Kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my son all day. He's a different thinker. That's a good mommy way of putting it. He's a different thinker.
I see.
The second one is named Kauai, like Hawaii. And I would like to say he's a jock, he's Mr. Cool. They're all quite handsome, But it's just total opposites. It's like I gave birth to Lenny Kravitz and then I gave birth to like Allen Iverson. It's just really weird in my house. And now my daughter Jet, she's about to turn 13. So I'm finding like missing pairs of pants, like bags missing. She's in that sort of, let me get into what mom had, nail polish gone, just things all over the place. I guess that's what teenage girls do, so. And then there's Nile, she's 8 months, and she was a thought. And then we put it into action. And
I like the way you put that.
Yeah, that was the PC way of putting it. Yeah. And then we have baby. So, and in about a year and a half, I plan to have.
I guess when you have real life challenges right in the family. Yeah. The business not as challenging. I mean, because nothing is challenging as raise a family. Would you say?
No. I think I remember she and I used to sit down years ago, and she would always talk about how she doesn't understand how I do certain things. I tend to make everything look very easy. And again, it's because when you have people to feed, there's no time for you to sit down and think about, you know, oh, woe is me, or what. No, it's like, oh, okay, so the house is burning in fire. We have to go inside really quickly. We have to get them out. We have to grab the birth certificates and our good china, and we have to get up out of here real quick. You know what I'm saying? And then it is what it is. It is what it is. So when you have a mentality where this is life. Life goes up and life goes down. You have to know that God is on your side. So when things get tough, you have to have this, you know, the spirit of hope. Mm-hmm. And once that hope is broken, you know, what do you have? You have sorrow.
Yeah.
You know, you have sorrow. So I think that I tell my children all the time, if I didn't have them, I'd probably be dead. Because they taught me how to be very responsible. If you want to reach out to find out more things about Kennedy Price, then you can go online and type kennedyprice.com, and that's Kennedy with an I. And if you want to just reach me and talk to me about whatever, you can just reach me on Facebook, which is Neffi Walker.